Good morning. Good morning. It is March 20th. This is the first day that we've woken up, Rodney, without a XRP and SEC lawsuit over our heads in over 4 years. What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know what you're going to say. It's the first time we've what? I don't know.
First time we've woken up in over 4 years with the SEC lawsuit hanging over heads. Guys, if you're joining us, say GM in the chat. We got Jayhawk, Art Caffeine, Ultra Journey in here every single morning supporting. A little birdie told me that Donald Trump is speaking at a digital asset summit in New York. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's called Blockworks Digital Asset Summit 2025. I think his speech or whatever he's talking about should be happening, or is happening right now. But so far, I haven't seen anything online about any snippets or anything like that. But if we have anything come out real time, we'll go ahead and post that and go over it and those sorts of things. But yeah. Down in the trenches.
Just put in the comments that it just happened. So we'll probably get some clip. We were going to try to stream it. I couldn't find it on YouTube. Couldn't find it on X. So we'll try to pull up some clips. Obviously bullish. I think if Donald Trump is speaking, it's probably the same talk track that he's been given. I mean, the guy's a good speech reader, right? He's a good presenter. I don't know if he writes all of his speeches. I think he has a team that does it. Most likely David Sachs and Bo Hines. But Coach, he's got the YouTube link right here. I'll pull that up. Can you send me the link to the website? I want to see all the different speakers that were there. And we have it right here. Digital Asset Summit main stage. I don't know if he's actually spoken because I would imagine that they would put the president.
No, I'm going to have the stream up, and when it gets to him, I'll go ahead and let you know. Have it up right here in the background. It's not him yet, and he hasn't gone yet. So,
yep. And this is I like this energy right here from Zodikas Outdoors. Crypto going to boom like never before. We just did a quick look at the markets before we started the stream, Rodney. And we can see that the fear and greed index is actually moving up a little bit. We were down to about 10, right? Wasn't the lowest that we got to was 10 extreme?
It's pretty low.
Extreme fear. We were in this range. So here we are today in fear. I do believe that we will be in the yellow pretty soon. Then the lime green and then the mint green very soon, guys. We are going to be back in extreme greed, which hopefully we learn, right? When you're in extreme greed, you don't want to take profits. But what we learned this cycle is that you need to take profits. So Art Caffeine says Brad Garlinghouse is speaking. That's also going to be big, right? One day after the Ripple lawsuit gets dismissed from the SEC. So today, crypto markets, let's go through the prices today. Bitcoin, 85,470. I do want to take a second to look at Bitcoin in a little bit more detail because yesterday we saw Bitcoin run all the way up to 87. We had over an $87,000 Bitcoin. What does this chart look like on a month? Probably a roller coaster, right? 95,000 down to 77, up to 80. We went back to 94. That's crazy. Oh, that was after the Bitcoin strategic reserve news. Back down to 83, back up to 90, back down to 77. And now we're kind of in this range, 77 to 85K. But overall, crypto looking pretty good. Bitcoin holding at $85,000. ETH, 1984. That's the year you were born, Rodney, 1985, huh?
Hey, I'm getting updates from Blockworks saying that Trump has there's quotes. I'm not seeing anything live, but he's come out with some quotes. So we'll get to that after the market update. But no, Jake, I was born in 1990. Okay, I'm not that old.
1990. That's actually the golden era of our generation. Here's XRP, the best performing altcoin in the top 20 on the entire year, up 315% on the year, $2.48. XRP. Finally got that court case removed. If you guys haven't been following XRP, this was actually, I tell you guys, my best buys, my worst buys. DOT, I think, was my worst buy. XRP was my best buy. I think I bought in around 32 cents. And I didn't think it was going to do much. And then right after Gary Gensler announced that he was resigning, we saw XRP go from 50 cents all the way up to over $2, what felt like overnight. It was a couple days. And then we had an all-time high over $3.20. Obviously corrected with the rest of the markets. The XRP, this was kind of the pump that sent it after Donald Trump put out that tweet saying that XRP would be in the strategic reserve. And then obviously after the court case, Rodney, back up to, it was around $1.90, $2, back up to $2.50 today. So XRP looking very, very strong. We're giga bullish on XRP, right?
I mean, all the signs were there. As soon as Trump started being pro crypto, and then we saw Brad Garlickbridge schnoozing with him over at Mar-a-Lago, we kind of figured it's going to get dismissed, right? But yeah, pretty bullish on XRP.
Absolutely. And I was just looking at the asset summit. So BNB 625, Solana 130. How are you feeling about Solana? Because I was with my uncle yesterday. I had him buy in. I think he put in like $1,000 at $180. It then pumped to $290. So his $1,000 was worth I don't know, 1,800. Now it's worth $700. He's like, do I sell? Like, that's how the average retail investor thinks. Is Solana going to make a comeback, Roddy? Do you think we go higher than 130? Do you think we go back to all-time highs of 290 plus?
Yeah, sidebar, guys. We do have Trump's statement from the Digital Asset Summit. We have it ready to go when we're done with the market update. But, it's interesting, Jake. I don't know, because I think really Solana really pumped and got to those crazy all-time levels. One, market was pumping, but two, because of pump fun, all these celebrity meme coins. I just don't know if the trust is there for Solana right now, especially when it comes to that putting like real like use case in the space. And they made a commercial the other day that was so cringy. It's so cringy that they deleted it.
Can we watch it? Because I heard about that. I was
trying to find it. I was trying to let me try to find it. Look it up.
It's on X.
Yeah. It was so cringy. I think they need to stop this association they have with just absolutely, bad projects and scams and rug pulls and stuff like that. But I wanted to make a comeback, but I don't know, man.
I don't know if it goes to 290 this cycle. I mean, that was we can hope so. Only time will tell. We got to find that video, because I saw a lot of tweets about it. I didn't actually watch it. I'll rip through the markets today that way, because I do want to see what Donald Trump is saying. I think that's the most important thing that we can talk about. So pull this up. Cardano looking strong. 74 cents for Cardano, looking very good. Dogecoin back above a $25 billion market cap. Nature is healing, Roddy. Tron is back above 20 cents. Chainlink back above $14. Toncoin was at 220 about a week ago. It's at 377.
Yeah.
Where's Pi? Pi was in the top 10.
Well, Pi, it was Pi Day. Oh, yeah. It's still ranked number 18.
It's still holding strong.
Yeah.
H-bar is at 28 cents.
Yeah.
Hedera is at 19 cents. Avalanche fell all the way down to $12 at $19 for AVAX. Sui at 244, still looking pretty strong. Shiba Inu is at a $7.5 billion market cap. Litecoin holding strong at $92. Polkadot, even in the green, up 12% on the week at 442. And Pepe, as you know, Rodney, moving with the markets, up 11% on the week at a $3.2 billion market cap. So let's get there. We'll get back into the markets in just a second, but I do want to check out Donald Trump and what he's saying at the Digital Asset Summit 2025 in New York.
Absolutely. And Coach did find the Solana commercial. We'll go over that here in a second, but let's check out what Trump had to say.
Coach is on it.
Dude, go.
That a sitting president has addressed a crypto conference.
If you could briefly introduce yourself and just kind of share, where you were before jumping into leading the Algorand Foundation.
1 second.
Yeah, I spent a lot
in history that a sitting president has addressed a crypto conference. I know everyone has their phones out, but please give a massive round of applause and help me welcome the President of the United States to address the Digital Asset Summit.
Everyone at the Blockworks Digital Assets Summit. It's an honor to speak with you about how the United States is going to dominate crypto and the next generation of financial technologies. And it's not going to be easy, but we're way ahead. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted the first ever White House Digital Asset Summit, bringing together many of the world's top leaders in crypto for a conversation led by our White House AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who's a fantastic and very brilliant guy. That same week, I signed an order creating the brand new strategic Bitcoin reserve and a U.S. digital asset stockpile, which will allow the federal government to maximize the value of its holdings instead of foolishly selling them for a fraction of their long-term value, which is exactly what Biden did. He got a fraction of their value. We're ending.
Leave Joe alone.
He's always dunking on Biden, and I fucking love it.
Leave him alone.
Regulatory war on crypto and Bitcoin, and that includes stopping the lawless Operation Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point went beyond regulation, and I mean far beyond. It was a form of lawfare through government weaponization. Frankly, it was a disgrace. But as of January 20th, 2025, all of that is over. I've also called on Congress to pass landmark legislation creating simple, common sense rules for stablecoins and market structure. With the right legal framework, institutions large and small will be liberated to invest, innovate, and take part in one of the most exciting technological revolutions in modern history. It's so big, it's, I think, as big as you can get. Pioneers like you will be able to improve our banking and payment system and promote greater privacy, safety, security, and wealth for American consumers and businesses alike. You will unleash an explosion of economic growth, and with the dollar-backed stablecoins, you'll help expand the dominance of the U.S. dollar, and many, many years to come, it'll be at the top, and that's where we want to keep it. We only want to keep it at the top, always. I can already see that the energy and passion of the crypto community is the kind of spirit that built our country. And it is exciting to watch as you invent the future of finance. And right here, it's going to be right here in the USA, the good old USA. Together, we will make America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. Thank you. Good luck. God bless America.
There it is, baby. You love it. Sorry for that. I think the video is kind of laggy. I'm not sure what's going on with the connection. It's just it's good on my end, but I think the live stream you can't see his mouth moving. But that's pretty obviously he didn't make an in-person appearance, which I'm sure there's going to be a lot of feedback from that. But taking the time out of his day to give a pretty lengthy and well thought out statement, about the cryptocurrency space. What do you think of that, Jake?
I like it. I'm starting to get more bullish. He's saying the right things, right? He's saying that we're going to make America the superpower. And in order to make America the superpower in anything, it's going to take time, right? Like you know this better than me. You're a military guy. When we first formed our nation, did we have the strongest military? No, it took what, 200 plus years.
It took World War II.
Yeah, it took us a long time to become the superpower. Same thing with the tech industry, right? Like when in 2000, when companies started to come over to America and build these tech companies, we weren't the superpower, right? We had a head start like we have now with crypto. But I think that this is going to encourage a lot of people to move to America, to build in America. We've already seen him incentivize a lot of these made in America tokens. And I think that America will be the superpower in cryptocurrency under President Trump's leadership, under Bo Hines' leadership, under David Sachs' leadership. So hard not to be bullish. I mean, we were having conversations not long ago, probably 6 months ago, about potentially moving outside of America if Kamala Harris won. Because she was going to kill cryptocurrency like they did, like Gary Gensler did. Another 4 years of Gary Gensler, it would have been the death of the cryptocurrency space. So it's one of those things you just have to be patient. And I think that this presidency, this administration will be the best thing that could have ever happened to cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I don't think they would have killed it, to be honest. I think that obviously, remember, a bunch of crypto people did donate to her campaign. That was huge. But I do think it would have been stifled and we wouldn't have all this bullish sentiment, and those sorts of things. But yeah, I like it, man. He's taking time at it. And I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he's so consistent, right? And he's sticking to his word. He's really here for us because we were here for him, during the election, the whole crypto space. I think it was like 78% of people supported Donald Trump. And it's good to see him like just kind of doing everything he can to just make us a space that exists like just beyond like our little niche spot and like you could say the metaverse, right? And wanting to become like the leader in cryptocurrency, because I think it's one of those technologies that you can't beat it, even though they tried. So it's one of those, if I can't beat him, join him kind of situation. So pretty pumped for Trump. And it's good to see a pro crypto president putting the digital asset space on the forefront.
Yeah, we're all in the right spot. If you're watching this right now, you're in cryptocurrency at some capacity in 2025. Like this technology is 16 years old. It's brand new. Imagine getting into the stock market and just buying the top stocks, right? 16 years in. We're so early. Crypto will never go anywhere. Crypto will always be here. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger and better. And there's going to be more mass adoption. And the price is going to keep going up for a lot of these top projects. So you really do. I want everyone. A good thing we'll do is to screenshot the price of cryptocurrency today and look at it in 20 or 30 years. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I had a chance to buy Bitcoin at $85,000. I had a chance to buy Cardano at 75 cents. I had a chance to buy XRP at $2.50. I had a chance to buy SPX 6900 at a $400 million market cap. And I think that it's going to change your perspective. But I'm giga bullish on crypto. And I don't think that all of these people that are in cryptocurrency are wrong, right? Yeah. You think CZ Binance is wrong? Brian Armstrong, Michael Saylor, David Sachs, the Winklevoss brothers, all Charles Hoskinson. Do you think they're wrong? Brad Garlinghouse? No, I think that they're on the right side of history. But sometimes these things just take time, Ronnie. They take time to build. They take time for people to say, you know what? Let's get involved. But all it really takes, I mean, crypto will go insane. People think about like the finance bros, the lawyers, the doctors. They're so comfortable with with maxing out their IRA on a yearly basis. Of course, yeah. 22,000, 25,000, whatever it is. Imagine if they just put 1 or 2% of that into Bitcoin. Like imagine what that would do. Once we have that mind shift in America and in the world, that is when we truly have mass adoption in the crypto space.
Yeah, and JR makes a good comment. He says, eventually all this positive news will lead to a major catch-up trade. And I agree. And, Jake, like we know a lot of successful people that are killing in their everyday lives and are still scared of crypto. And it's one of those knowledge things. They just don't understand it. And it's one of those things where, we're going to be looking back at this. That screenshot, that screenshot call to action, I think is great because I think that we're going to be looking back 10, 20 years from now and be like, damn, we were early to a new technology that people didn't really care about or kind of understand. Go back and watch. I love watching videos about the internet and stuff like that, and how many people were kind of came out against it, like, oh, that'll never catch on, that'll never work, and exploded. So pretty bullish. It's good to be in cryptocurrency, and shout out to everybody out there watching the show because, like you said, they're in it, to some sort of capacity. Do we want to watch this cringe ass Solana commercial?
I do want to watch that. Pull up Selmo's tweet. He says, talk about something else besides that dude show some love for XRP, the crypto of the year.
I think Selma wakes up just drinking Hennessy, bro.
Yeah.
He's always on a sick one.
We are constantly bull posting XRP, and it is the crypto of the year. It's the best performing asset of the entire cycle. But I actually did that the first day I bought cryptocurrency. Send me the link. I'll play it. That way there's no lag on the commercial if you want.
It's in the group chat. Yeah.
All right, I'll pull it up. But the first day I bought Bitcoin, it was at like $3,200. The first day I bought Ethereum, I think it was at like $300. And I have a screenshot of the first day. It was in 2017. It's not on this phone. It's on my other phone, but I still have the screenshot. It's like one of the pictures I've saved. And it's wild because even then, Rodney, at a $3,000 Bitcoin and a $300 ETH, I was late.
Yeah,
I was late because I heard stories. I have a friend that got into the ETH ICO, and then obviously you hear the Bitcoin story. So I had a friend get in. He owned he got like 5,000 ETH for like a couple $1,000s.
Can you imagine?
And still to this day,
you fucking imagine,
he has never sold a single Ethereum token. Still to this day,
should have sold that into 2021, huh?
Yeah, but you never know, right? Because in 2021 it went to $4,900, and we go, oh, this shit's gonna go up.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull up the Solana commercial right now. All right. So what was the overall consensus on this commercial? Was it a bad commercial?
It was just cringe and out of touch. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard the backlash. So let's be the judge. Is it cringe and out of touch? Let's see.
So, America, what's going on?
Well, lately, I've been having thoughts again.
What thoughts?
About innovation. Multiplanetary travel, nuclear energy, crypto, AI, things that push the limits of human potential.
What you're experiencing is called rational thinking syndrome. Why don't we take this energy and channel it into something more productive, like coming up with a new gender?
But that's not going to stop me thinking about innovating and doing something.
Innovating, doing, these are action words, verbs. Why don't we focus on pronouns?
Not going to help.
I sense some cynicism. Have you been betrayed in the past?
I used to think the media was my friend. Can I even trust them anymore?
Of course.
Of course they'd say that. That's a bad take. I got canceled for saying 2 + 2 is 4.
Have you ever considered that math is a spectrum? America, numbers are non-binary. We've been conditioned to believe that 2 + 2 is 4. It's a societal construct.
It's literally math.
Or is it a dominant narrative? Have you been practicing state-prescribed regulations we talked about?
Yeah. I've debanked some crypto founders, and I've slowed down nuclear reactor approvals, and depending on my state of mind, I change the SEC guidelines, but I don't like it.
If we don't regulate, how will we create jobs for people who work hard to make businesses slow?
You know what? Hard work, innovation, rational thinking, it's in my blood. It's who I am. Railroads, factories, automobiles. I built the future once, and I won't be left behind now. I will lead the world in permissionless tech, build on chain, and reclaim my place as the beacon of innovation. I want to invent technologies, not genders.
Lovely. So glad you were able to get some of that negative emotion out. Sounds like we'll need a few more sessions. When can I see you next?
You're fired.
What? That's hard. That's base.
No issues with that whatsoever.
I see why. So I saw somebody that I used to work with on base. She works for base. She works around Jesse Pollock, saying it was out of touch and stuff like that. It's political. It's a little political. I thought it was great. I thought it was base.
Political, but we're also like we're the wrong guys to ask. We're a political channel in a sense, right? We're a crypto channel, but we like politics. I mean, they were just kind of touching base on what was happening in 2023, 2024, right? Like there's that was the main talk. Like we've gotten so far removed from what was reality.
Yeah,
that,
I liked it. Yeah.
That was like, dude, trusting the media, multiple genders.
Yeah.
Debanking crypto founders was normalized.
Yeah.
And now you have this new innovator coming in saying America's back. What's the chat think? I didn't have any issues with that. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was like a great. Was that a Solana commercial? I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, it says interesting strategy for Solana. I'm here for it. If you find this ad offensive, you're the ones who are conditioned. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought I get it. It's political, but it is. There's a lot of truths in there, right? Focusing on Let's not get into that. Don't get me fired up. But yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. That was great.
No issues whatsoever. What's the chat saying?
Why they delete it?
Because they probably got a lot of bad feedback. But yeah, someone said it was. Lightseeker says it was a really good commercial. My Ultra Journey liked it. Yeah, I had no issues. Where is Chileno? Liked it a lot. I had no issues with it. Looks like the beginning of a porn movie. It looks like what was that great show on Netflix about the brothers in LA?
The Menendez one?
Yeah, Menendez brothers. They were like,
you love that one, bro. Yeah.
That was a good one. I binged that. I like, dude, I'm a big Netflix guy. On the plane, download a series. The whole plane ride's easy, There's no
love shows. Every girl I date and Jake. They love shows.
Dude, I honestly think that everyone loves shows except you.
I think so.
Coach, can I bring you up? Is Coach Cam ready? Coach Cam.
Yeah, what's up?
How good is Severance on Apple TV?
It's one of my favorite shows, yeah.
God damn, Rodney, you would like it too, because Rodney, you're kind of like a stick fuck in a way. You would like it a lot.
Oh, what?
Right?
I like
Rodney,
seeing more.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of set in like the future kind of thing. It's kind of set in like so it's, I don't know, it's got something, I guess I could just kind of, it's not a spoiler, but it's like, what happens if like fucking Elon's Neuralink is just kind of taken too far in a sense, It's like,
can they just make me a freaky ass robot or something already? I'm ready for a freaky ass robot, dude.
Go get a nice Jewish girl, Rodney.
No, I want to be able to turn it off.
Coach, the chat wants to know, Rodney. The chat wants to know. When we ended the stream last night, you guys said that you were going to have a boxing match. Did we have a boxing match? How'd it go?
We did. I would say it was good. Coach definitely won, I would say. But I held my own.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Ronnie got some good shots in,
Sure did.
Coach is fucking good though. Like watching his head movement and shit. Like he's just like, he knows. I think, Coach, you could probably you know where the punch is coming before it's even thrown.
Yeah, I mean, there's everyone has some sort of telegraph when they throw punches and stuff like that. So it's all about just patterns, predicting movements, all that kind of shit. Again, I've been doing this for a while, so it's just kind of comes with the game.
Yeah, I gotta. It was a good match. I got to say the none of the punches really hurt though. Very pitter patter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean we weren't going all out. We weren't fighting. we said, hey, let's do a light sparring match. So
And shout out to Rodney. Rodney's at home right now because he's sick, and then he comes up and boxes. And after you box, you get out of breath. So he's just like,
I'm tired. Yeah.
Everybody in my house. I woke up today with a sore throat. So thank you, Rodney.
Don't you just love sparring though, dude?
It's fun. It's fun. I like it, man. That's why I'm down.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go right now. Me versus both of you guys.
What's up with Jake trying to fucking Jake?
I know. How about you get in there, Jake? How about you fucking get in there?
I like tennis. Tennis is a little bit better on my brain. Tennis is a little bit classier. I can get
outside. But it doesn't get the people going,
Nah, I like it. I think you guys did good. It was a good little scrap. So we'll run that one back right now. I don't know if you saw this. One of the tokens that we talk about quite a bit on this channel is now available to be purchased on the Phantom Wallet. Shout out to Loafy. Sui swaps are now live again. You can swap Sui, Blub, Loafy, and other Sui network tokens in Phantom, powered by Cetus Protocol. That's actually the exchange I use. But look at the photo that they decided to post.
Oh, yeah.
To their millions of followers on X. It is Loafy, the Yeti. So we like Loafy. We like Sui. Loafy, obviously, the clear winner on Sui. Great developer as well. David Eisenhower, Docs developer. And he's doing a good job. So bullish on Loafy, and pretty cool that Sui's shouting them out to their millions of followers on X.
Yeah, we should probably clip this too. But David, one thing about him is this guy, even during a bear kind of like, you could say a bear patch in what's been going on. This guy is making so many partnerships and linking with so many big people in the crypto space, and still thugging it out, even though the project is down. And that's pretty much the best you can kind of expect from a developer when times are like not that exciting, So he's out there grinding, and that's why, in my opinion, Loafy is one of the top, Sui meme coins to get into. One of the top meme coins in general.
Yep, exactly. So shout out to Loafy. We still like Sui quite a bit. This is actually an interesting take here for Pump Fun. As you know, we're big Pump Fun guys on the channel. Not really. In January, Pump Fun saw 1.7 million plus tokens launching daily. That's insane. Think about that. 1.7 million tokens launching daily.
Crazy.
With over 1% graduating. This week, we went a full 24-hour period.
Wow.
Not a single one. What happened is
There's no money.
Flood dead.
Yeah. That situation, the interesting thing is like right now, meme coins are really, Ansem, that's a good tweet. Go back to that. Ansem said, Trump walked to the casino and skull fucked all the patrons, then shut off the power. I guess, I mean, With did some pretty good things too. But I think that people just don't trust meme coins right now. And it's not just Trump. I think it started with Trump for sure. But then obviously Dave Portnoy and all these celebrity meme tokens and stuff like that. No one really wants to get it. I think everybody's come to the conclusion that everything on pump funds just a quick pump it up,
Yep. I posted a tweet about Dave Portnoy.
I saw that, bro.
Morning. I don't know why. Sometimes I wake up, I choose love. Other days I choose violence. Probably because Rodney got me a little bit sick. Pull this up. This is Dave Portnoy. I said, curious why Kraken still sponsors Dave Portnoy after all he did was scam retail investors in 2025. I would like to say that I'm marked safe from not buying a single Dave Portnoy token this year, but I know that he has a massive following and a lot of people probably got into jail stool. A lot of people probably got into greed 1. A lot of people probably got into greed 2. A lot of people probably got into greed 3, and they got wrecked. For the most part, I don't think he was doing anything too wrong, especially with jail stool. I don't think he bought anything, didn't sell anything. But when it comes to the greed tokens, I did have an issue, and I saw it. I was in Aspen. I was taking a break from degening. But when it comes to the greed token, he's like, I'm not going to sell this for a long, long, long time. It ran up to like $80 million market cap or some shit like that. Or maybe it was greed too. I don't remember. He's launched so many. And then instantly full clips, pulls out liquidity, gone, right? So I guess like you can kind of say like, well, everyone has a different definition of a long, long, long time. Rodney, I make you wait all the time. I'm always late. My definition of a long,
literally, Jake
long
is like the latest person ever. There's Jake time, there's regular time, and Jake time,
and then there's Brendan time, my older brother, and that is about 30 minutes after I show up. But yeah, not really sure why Kraken still sponsors him. I guess it's just good reach, good exposure. But
yeah,
I mean, if I was running this exchange and this guy launched 30 different shitcoins and rug people, and it was all sponsored by Kraken, I would probably pull the plug on that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think that it's just the environment nowadays, because he's just a degen on a bigger scale. He has a massive following, obviously, and he's like super open with the fact that he's wrecking people and those sorts of things. I mean, I think he won a lot of points by, admitting that, the whole Libra situation, he didn't do it, and, he gave the money back or some shit like that. But I think that if this was a year ago, Kraken wouldn't be doing any of that. But
I wish I was Dave Portnoy, honestly, in that sense, where like I didn't get refunded on Libra. I lost a lot of money. I wish I just had the connections. Like I put in $1 million on Libra, I lose it, and someone's like, "Hey, here you go, buddy. Sorry about that."
Yeah,
and he exposes them too. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'm not really, I'm not too up in arms about it. I just think that you should realize that when you see anybody, including Dave Portnoy, promoting some shit, it's probably going to be it's here for a good time, not a long time, and hopefully you can make some money along the way.
Yep. Edgar says, "Were y'all making out? Is that how Jake got sick?" No, I think I don't even know. I mean, Rodney came up, he was boxing, and he was like huffing and puffing.
Absolutely tired. Yeah.
I'm actually like, I'm one of the guys that like, even when I don't feel 100%, I tell myself I feel good. So I'm not going to say I'm sick at all. I'm sneezing a little bit. My throat's a little bit fucked up, but I still feel great. I feel healthy. I feel 100%. So I think a lot of it's mental, If you tell yourself you're sick,
nigga, it's not mental. Okay.
A little bit.
Goggins.
Stay hard. You're not sick, pussy.
Who's going to carry the boats?
Who's going to work out? But I got it today. A little sauna ice bath to start today. I'm doing a little plank challenge. Every minute or every day, I add just 5 more seconds. So
that's good.
2 minutes, 2:05, 2:10. Today was 2:30, and every day, because I think that's a little bit easier rather than like just going to a 10-minute plank. I want to start doing a 5-minute plank every single day to start the day. But yeah, so we're feeling good. I stopped trading Solana memes, save a lot of money and stress. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, if you didn't get wrecked in February and March, then you probably weren't really a degen. But I probably lost like 20% of my net worth just fucking in a matter of a couple of clicks.
I remember that. Yeah, you were on a sick one, and I was highly advising against it. I was like, all right, you do you.
Yeah, well, you gotta.
Well, what happened? You had some major wins, and then
yeah, in a couple of days, like if you bet big in the meme coin space, like you can win a lot of money, but then again, you can lose a lot of money, right? So I had a couple of wins where like, you put in 100K, you turn into 200K in 10 minutes, pull out, you do that, but eventually you put in 200, 300K and it goes to zero. You do that a couple of times and you're not really feeling too good about it. So I think the trenches will revive though. I think that there was a time like back in 2023, 2024, like earlier in the year, especially like November, you can make a lot of money in the spaces, but now it's just like, there's just too many Jeets, and it's too easy to get wrecked. We're at the halfway point, Riley. We're 30 minutes in. We got 4,300 people on live, guys. Now's a good time to ask you. If you haven't yet, make sure to retweet this video. Follow both me and Rodney here. If you're on Instagram, say what's up. Unfortunately, I don't have the Instagram comments pulled up, but we do love you. And yeah, we're having fun. The #1 show in the crypto. #1 show in the crypto space is back. What else do we got today?
Yeah, we have a bunch of news. If you want to pull up my screen here. So I did want to go over the stock market. Stock markets are ripping today. Look pretty, I wouldn't say ripping, but looking pretty good. I know Tesla recovered a little bit. Obviously, we talked about the whole Trump situation. Bitcoin price tags 2-week highs as markets bet big on Trump crypto news. So obviously that was, big today. And he came out and spoke at the Blockworks, little conference we have. He didn't show up in person. Like I said, he's probably going to get some backlash for that, but he made it he took a few minutes out of his really important day. I mean, the president's day is packed, I'm sure, every single day of the year, to come and speak on behalf of crypto and support us. Now, I do want to talk about this, so check this out. So Ripple CEO confident of XRP being included in US strategic reserve says IPO is possible. So I thought this was interesting. IPO is crazy, right? But obviously Trump talked about how, and this is for Selmo Fudd in the chat who wants us to talk about XRP news. That one of the things, that when Trump came out and talked about a strategic crypto stockpile, we have a Bitcoin reserve too, right? Was the fact that he wanted to add top altcoins, and he went with the top ones by market cap size. Obviously, Solana, he talked about XRP, right? One of the other ones. And I thought that was interesting because, obviously we've seen Brad Garlinghouse, get closer to you could say Trump administration, had that dinner in Mar-a-Lago, probably some conversations there. But I do want to talk about something else. So check this out. And I think this is really important too. So Ripple celebrates SEC's dropped appeal, but crypto rules still not set. So one of the big things back in 2021 was the fact that we didn't have any clear regulatory framework for projects to register with the SEC or do anything, right? It was kind of like a sick joke. They would say, hey, register with the SEC, but then there's no path forward because we don't recognize digital assets, right? So it's kind of like a sick joke that Gary Gensler was trying to just troll. It seemed like he was just trolling all these major cryptocurrency entities. So going forward, one of the biggest things, I think, is creating some sort of clear regulatory framework. So check this out. Consequences of Ripple case on lawmaking and precedent. The cryptocurrency lobby was quick to celebrate the SEC's decision announced by Garlinghouse at the Digital Assets Summit in New York, March 19th. Stock market took notice. XRP's price spiked 9% in the first hour following the announcement. Supporters and observers posted on X about the precedent the case would set for crypto industry, but legal observers are less certain about the overall impact on the SEC's appeal decision will have on the broader crypto industry. So lawyer Aaron B. told Cointelegraph that the Ripple case, quote, creates no precedent that any other firm can rely on, right? He added, there is no question that the regulatory environment is more favorable to crypto firms today, but the SEC's exact policy won't become clear until Paul Atkins is nominated as chair of the commission, right? And I thought that was important. But keep in mind, check this out. So Paul Grewal over at Coinbase says, we're very lucky I think he meant to have Hester Pierce in public service at the SEC. She has posted a list of important questions about the right way to think about regulating digital assets. Last night, Coinbase provided detailed responses that focus on 4 essential elements. And so I think that what's important here moving forward is that we do establish some sort of clear regulatory framework that these crypto entities can kind of exist in. And I think that's what's going to happen down the road. So pretty bullish on that. I know it hasn't happened yet. I think I don't agree with that article too much. I think it does set a precedence because a judge came to a ruling about XRP. But I think that the next thing we need to work on is clear regulatory framework. And I think we're going to get that.
Yeah, I think that we're moving in the right direction. These things take time, but like I want everyone to zoom out and understand where we were at 2.5 years ago. The SEC literally suing every single person in the entire crypto space that was worth over $1 billion, right? They went after all the big guys. And now we have Donald Trump, who, say what you want. I mean, if people are upset that he didn't attend the Digital Asset Summit in New York, you don't understand how busy the president is. He's got big shit going on. The fact that he even spoke at that was important. The fact that he spoke at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas, or I think it was in Miami, I don't know where it was, maybe Nashville. It was in Nashville last year, was big. And the fact that we do have people like David Sachs, Hester Pierce, Paul Atkins, spearheading the SEC. I mean, they've dropped what now? 8 different charges against crypto companies in the past month alone. Uniswap, MetaMask, Coinbase, Gemini, Robinhood, XRP now, and there was a number of other ones. So we're moving in the right direction. America's literally setting itself up to be the crypto capital of the world. And I think that's going to be I honestly think this will be one of the greatest decisions that America has made probably in the past 100 years. Like, this is going to be huge for America. It will probably pay off America's debt alone. Bitcoin will probably pay off America's debt alone over the course of the next 20, 30 years. Josh Johnson in the house saying the great white hope Trump can The Great White Hope: Trump can go to UFC events.
Yeah, I love that. You know what's crazy? I've noticed that anybody in like the fighting sphere, like they all love Trump. You know, something about masculine energy in Trump, huh?
Yeah, I think a lot of it too, though, is like not all the way. I mean, they do, but like Dana White supports him, and obviously UFC fans love Dana White. So
Yeah.
you're more likely to support people you like support, right? Like
Yeah.
people that listen to Joe Rogan every night, like me. You're more likely to share similar viewpoints as Joe Rogan because you listen to him, you like Joe Rogan, you believe in Joe Rogan, you trust Joe Rogan. But yeah, I remember the first UFC event that Donald Trump attended in 20 years. They didn't even put him on the camera. They didn't put him on the Jumbotron, nothing like that. And they asked Dana White afterwards. He's like, that was a fuck up on us. He's like, anytime any president, if Barack Obama came, Joe Biden came, Bill Clinton came, we would give, it doesn't matter if you're blue or red, we would put them on. They're the president of the United States. But I've been very lucky. I've been to probably 20 or 30 UFC events. And every time Donald Trump is there, you get a pop from the crowd like
Crazy.
you've never heard of. When I was in New York, Madison Square Garden, this was after he won the election. It was his first event. I think it was like 2 or 3 days, maybe 2 days. Yeah, because he won the election on like the 5th, and this was the next day. Bro, the pop that we had in Madison Square Garden. But he also walked out with Elon Musk, Vivek, Kash Patel, RFK Jr., Dana White, Kid Rock, Tucker Carlson. It was crazy. But I think that we have the right leadership leaving America. And if we didn't have the leadership that we had, that advertisement that we saw in Solana that people are getting offended about, that would be reality.
Yeah.
That was reality 2 years ago. Can we not forget?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. It was crazy. He was walking out, even like during while he was running, or during the 4 years of Biden. Trump was there, and the crowd loved him. You know, everybody, and that kind of like scene loves Dana White. So
The amount of "Let's Go Brandon" chants, which if you know what that means, you know what that means. That took place when Joe Biden was president. It's going to be interesting about those pardons, right? It'll be very interesting to see what happens with those pardons. Are those I mean, Donald Trump tweeted that the J6 committee should be scared because the pardons that were signed by Joe Biden were all done by a pen, like not his pen.
Yeah, well, I get it, because sometimes you got to use things like that when you're just signing a bunch of things, but not executive orders, dude.
I don't think you.
Mike Farley in the chat. What the fuck? Is that his
He's
dog?
got the BNB. Yeah, he showed me this today. He was happy with it. He's got the Captain BNB logo, and that's his dog Riggs. GM Legends, apologies for being late. No worries, brother. You're late all day. You were late to the gym this morning. You're late to the stream.
Oh, no late night. I love going to the gym at night. Late night.
Nah, he was grinding. He said he was up late because he worked out late. But
Yeah,
he and Mike got a nice little. Look how cute that doggo is.
Oh, yeah, no.
I want to get a doggo.
Me too. I just not yet. But yeah. So obviously, a big thing that happened yesterday was Jerome Powell in the Federal Reserve. Right. We'll go over that a little bit. If you want to pull up my.
Let me give Rodney his flowers too, because
told you.
We asked him, hey, Rodney, is he going to cut rates? Is he going to keep them the same?
Yeah.
Is he going to increase rates? And Rodney's, with a lot of certainty, said that Jerome Powell would keep rates the same. And it's exactly what he did. And he said exactly, he's like, there's too much uncertainty going on right now that we're going to have to keep them the same.
Absolutely. So Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. He said the Fed would be much better off cutting rates and U.S. tariffs start to ease their way into the economy. Do the right thing. April 2nd is Liberation Day of America. And obviously April 2nd is when the tariffs go into effect. Now, yesterday, check this out. Jerome Powell says the Federal Reserve doesn't need to be in a hurry to adjust interest rates. Exactly what I said. And check this out. So that he talks about Fed Chair Jerome Powell says inflation is rising, particularly due to President Trump's tariffs. So check this out.
How much of it is tariffs? So let me say that it is going to be very difficult to have a precise assessment of how much of inflation is coming from tariffs and from other, and that's already the case. You may have seen that goods inflation moved up pretty significantly in the first 2 months of the year. Trying to track that back to actual tariff increases, given what was tariffed and what was not, very, very challenging. So some of it, the answer is clearly some of it. A good part of it is coming from tariffs, but we'll be working, and so will other forecasters, to try to find the best possible way to separate non-tariff inflation from tariff inflation. How much of it is?
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, right? Obviously, for the exact same reasons I talked about yesterday, he's not going to mess with interest rates right now. There's too much uncertainty, economic uncertainty, and I think Jerome Powell's doing a good job, in my opinion. So I know Trump wants something, but Jerome Powell's doing what he thinks is best for the country, I think, right now.
Yeah, tough job. We actually watched the whole FOMC meeting. So boring that I actually fell asleep. I literally fell asleep during the FOMC meeting. But I mean, why do I even need to watch that? Rodney's going to tell us exactly what we need to here. So
I'll watch it. Yeah.
we do want to pivot real quick. We have a special guest. We'll bring him on in just a second. This is because we're coming into crunch time here in America. So pull up my screen real quick. So I tweeted this out earlier this month. I said tax season is here, and I want to refer everyone to the CPAs I use to reconcile my taxes, my crypto taxes, not my regular taxes. BC Management will do everything, and I mean everything, to ensure you can report accurate taxes to the IRS this tax season. All you have to do is send in your wallets, and they will do the rest for you. You have to submit your, you will still have to submit your taxes, right, to the government and to the state, but you can literally contact this number. We got Mo coming on. He's going to explain it in more detail, or go to their website. But all you have to do is call or text this, guys. Like I said, I've been using them for 4 years. I've told this story 100 times, but I hired a tax guy. He was a crypto law tax guy. I paid him $10K to do my taxes. Didn't do anything. It came to October 15th where, like, you really have to submit, right? He didn't even submit a late appeal. And I hit up Mo, and Mo was literally crunch time, took 3 days, went through everything. I wouldn't, and like, this is not a paid advertisement whatsoever. This is me trying to help you guys, because I understand how hard it is to do your crypto taxes, especially if you're a degen. If you use Solana, BNB, ETH, AVAX, all these different chains to trade your meme coins, Mo will literally take all your wallets, tell you how much you made, how much you lost, how much you can write off in fees, and then you can submit that. Say, hey, oh, I made $10,000 this year, or I lost X amount this year, and Mo will do that. So let's go ahead and bring in Mo.
I'm gonna take a piss. I'm gonna take a piss real quick.
Moses.
What's up, Mo? How you doing? I gotta hit the restroom real quick.
Okay. All right, go hit that, Mo. How
well,
we doing,
Rodney's,
my brother?
Hey, buddy, nice to see you, man. I want to add with what you said. You guys, you can also write off your rug pulls.
There you go.
In many cases, a lot of people do that, and that's really, really important, bro. People just don't understand how important DeFi taxes are. I understand the Keck father here says fuck taxes. I do understand your point here, but it's a game you have to play. You know.
Absolutely. It's I mean, you have to pay your I've always done that. Like, hey, whatever I make, I'm gonna pay my taxes. I have friends in the crypto space that like have DeFi wallets, so like, I'm not gonna pay anything. But I think it is very, very important. And you're someone that I trust that does a very good job. I've been using you for 4 years, 3 years now?
4 years.
And
yeah.
we're about to, I think we have a meeting set this week too to finalize my 2024 taxes so that we can submit them. But I'll tell everybody the story. So essentially, like, month by month, I usually send Mo whatever wallets I have. He reconciles it. And then before April 15th, 2025, when you have to submit your taxes, he'll send you just a one sheet saying, hey, this is your profit, this is your loss, these are your write-offs, etc. And then I send it over to my actual CPA. But let's give people a breakdown. I'll highlight that number again so they can contact you. But let's give people a breakdown here. This is your website. Walk us through what we got going on.
We got Cade right there, one of my business partners. He's got a channel as well. Shout out to Cade. He's really, really, really crypto tax smart as well. But the reason we built this business is because we all trade DeFi, bro. Like, we all trade DeFi, and we tried. I've tried every freaking crypto tax app. Problem is, they don't always grab every fee, and they don't also always grab all the taxes from some of these tokens.
No, they suck, dude. I've used Coinly, CoinLedger, whatever they're called. They miss everything. They don't get it accurately.
Every time. And bro, it's not like I'm trying to hate on them. But here's the thing. If somebody has like a very small wallet, 10, 20 transactions, it's easy to use those apps to manually go through those. But if you are a heavy trader, you're a medium-sized trader, you have multiple forms of wallet, just so many of them. This makes it simple because you get a full report. And think about this, you guys. We have an audit log then prepared. So if you do need it, you can always reach back out. But this audit log, let's say you were to get audited by the IRS and they want to know where the money came from wallet by wallet, you will have that information available to use. So that's why we built what we do. And realistically, it's done manually. And the reason it's done manually is because we go blockchain by blockchain, transaction by transaction, just like that. And then we create you those spreadsheets right under it. So you want to scroll down just a bit. Yeah, it breaks it down. It gives you all the fees and all the taxes fees coin by coin. And those are also manually calculated with equations listed. So it makes it easy for, again, during an audit log. That's, I kind of like to think of us as like a little bit more advanced blockchain nerds, right? Because it took forever to get this organized and it keeps changing. So our team is always forced to adapt to new things happening in the blockchain. Another thing to think about is we don't just give you your, so these sheets are what we give you. You got your yearly assets and holding statements, and that's what you're going to be able to use to show basically revenue per token, your cost basis, which your accountant needs, and then your most important line, your gain and your loss. Okay. And then Jake, if you want to click from, sorry, just go up just a bit, because I think this is a really important part. Yeah, right there. You want to click the other two, the dots on under it. Yeah. Click the other sheets. My boy. No, Father. Nobody should be laundering money for you. Okay. Then another thing we produce audit trails, and that's what's really, really critical for audits, right? Because they want to know what each transaction is for, and that's so damn important. And then lastly, you want to click that bad boy for me. This is what the back end of the audit trail will look like for when time comes, if you ever do need it, and it is done year by year. Okay. So that's basically what we produce. This is why we did it, right? It's important to us to be safe, not have an issue. And the way we charge is we basically do charge yearly. We just broke it down by the month so you know how cheap it is. But we do bill yearly, and we bill you for the entirety of the year and get you all of the wallets done usually before the 15th, depending on where you are in our cycle. Sometimes our goal is to get you done by January. And if you can be done by January every year, your accountant will love you and it'll make it easy. If you guys have not filed yet, or if you have and you have wallets that you haven't used or given them, you might have an issue one day. So you might want to amend those, or at least not file until you have something like this completed. And if you don't do it through us, you have a small amount of transactions, use one of those online apps. That's fine. Just make sure you go down them one by one and you're double safe and cautious. You don't want to write something off that you weren't supposed to. You also don't want to write off fees if you are not supposed to, based on your tax type that you're filing under.
Absolutely. So once again, guys, this is my friend Mo. Rodney actually met him. I've never met Mo in person. We've been talking for 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Consistently. And this is not paid at all. This is me trying to help out our audience, because he literally has saved my, like, I just personally don't have the time to go through and I wouldn't even know where to start. But Mo, like, literally will make sure that everything is perfect before you send it in. And if you are interested, we've got a lot of people on the stream right now, almost 6,000. This is the number. Go here. You can go to his website, bcmanagement.us, or just call or text 220-226-8720, and Mo will get squared away. So, like, I have people asking questions. Let's not answer it on the stream because I don't want to give out that advice. But the Keck Father says, I lost $500,000 on Anubis a few years ago. Can I write off that full amount? Well, go ahead and text this question. Let's not answer it on the stream. Text that question to 220-226-8720, and he'll be able to help you out.
As perfectly said. He's right. Text us, you guys, any questions you've got. Just text us at that number. It is on Jake's Twitter. Thank you for that so much, Jake. And yeah, it's not a paid chill. He's just a good friend. And I think what it really is he just likes that the services are done for him, because he's really, you guys, just so everybody knows, Jake is a very responsible person. He's one of the most responsible customers we have. He wants his shit done on time. He wants it perfected. And I personally value that from the other end of it. Right? Because then it makes it worth it, and he uses it to his advantage. It's the point of why we do this. So you guys should do the same. Any of those questions, please don't be afraid. Text them to us right away. And also, if you came from Jake, maybe you saw, let us know. I really do appreciate that, and he deserves to know too.
And I told you, I don't even care. I just want to help people out. Like, I never ask, where's the number? So I can see it right here, 220-226-8720. Tell them you came for Jake, but I want nothing on the back end. I just want people that watch my show to have the best do their taxes, and I want to help grow your business, because you literally, like I told you, I was in Paris, guys. It was October 2021. I had like 4 days to submit my taxes. I had no idea what to do. I sent Mo all my wallets, and he got it to me in 4 days, and I was able to submit. So after that, I was like, we're family now. Anytime you need any help, I'm happy to help.
I would never do this on any other person's channel, but honestly, Jake, like, we appreciate the hell out of you. And I know how much you care about your audience. So you guys, if this is a big deal to you and you are rushing, we will charge nobody the rush fee if you came through Jake. And we'll give you guys 10% off one of the yearly packages for the first year. Get you started, get you set up. Just let us know it's through Jake, and I'll make sure you get that promo.
I know a guy. He might be below me on the stream, Rodney. Get that 10%, baby. No, we'll get you. There you go. I'm going to hit you on my burner. So this is my replacement, because you look like Jayhawk, I think he's saying. And I think that's good. I'm going to clip this up too afterwards, and we'll post it on X so people can get more reach. But yeah, I think it was good, Mo. And guys, you have about less than a month to file your taxes on time. You could always do a late file, which I usually do, just because I don't know why there's no fee to do it. But anyways, hit up Mo. We'll have him on a couple more times before April 15th. And we appreciate you, brother.
Nice to see you, Rodney. Bye.
Peace out. That's Crypto Moses right there. Yeah, he really does do a good job. Like I said, I would tell people if I was paid, like, hey, this is an ad, but like, there's something special about actually trusting a human being in his company to do a good job. Like, literally, like, and even my CPAs now, like I have like an actual CPA that submits my taxes. They refer Mo to people that are like trying to get their crypto taxes done. That's how good of a job he does. So yeah, for me, it's just better not to mess with the IRS, not to worry about a headache. And there's no way, Rodney, like, can you go through yourself and be like, oh, here's my, like, how many Solana wallets do we have? How many Sui wallets do we have now? How many BNB wallets? How many ETH wallets, right? Coinbase, Gemini, exchanges. It's crazy. So yeah, let someone that's, I say this respectfully of most, Elon, let someone that's a little bit nerdier and smarter than us take that. I think you're muted.
Yep. Shout out to Mo. My bad. I was muted. Sorry. Shout out to Mo.
This is actually interesting. So someone tagged me on Instagram, like Elon retweeted Kekius. Did you see this?
Wait, say again?
Someone tagged me on Instagram. I can pull it up. Apparently Elon like retweeted or quote tweeted Kekius Maximus.
Probably. Well, he retweeted probably a meme, and it had like a, he's always retweeting anything with Pepe or Kek or anything with a frog.
I know, but that's actually, I don't own any, but that's a good narrative. Let me see if I can find the actual tweet here.
I think there's a lot. I think it's old too.
Dude, how much does Elon tweet? Jesus. He's tweeting a lot right now.
Can't be him.
It's him.
Yeah,
it's 1000% him. He even said, he's like, more CEOs should tweet. Every tweet that comes from my account is me. Right here.
Jesus Christ.
I think if I get an Elon retweet, here you go. This was actually the tweet. So he's got Doge, Make America Great Again, and then he's got the Kekius Maximus. And someone commented, look, my office with the late great Kekius Maximus on the wall. And someone commented like, bull post Kekius more. And he says, okay. Let's see if I can find that. Or maybe someone made that up. Anyways, do we buy Kekius Maximus?
No. I mean, yes. Sorry for the audience. Yeah, buy it. Buy all of it. Go all in.
What are we at?
Yeah, it could be pumping,
It's got to be, dude. He was the biggest influencer in the world, and I think he still is.
Yeah,
43% at a 23 million. I mean,
ripping.
But like that does not look good.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
it bottomed out.
It bottomed out. You know what I mean? That's not bad.
500 nitros purchase. What's a nitro?
What is that? Dex tools upgraded?
I think it's like a boost, maybe. But anyways, so Kekius Maximus ran up to 189 million. Down to around a 23 million today. And not a bad buy. I mean, especially if Elon's bull posting. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate a little exposure, like $1,000, $2,000. I don't hate it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for a bottom, it could be one of those ones where he posted again and it keeps some momentum going. Because he will post memes. He posts a ton of Pepe memes, Anything with a frog or old school like internet culture, he's always posting shit.
I don't hate it. All right, cool. Any other news? I just want to get Mo in there real quick.
Yeah. Pakistan is legalizing cryptocurrency, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So Pakistan, shout out to Pakistan. Another step forward in cryptocurrency adoption. And CZ, huge shout out to CZ, hit over 10 million followers. So check this out. Crypto has grown, so have my followers. 10 million. Thank you for your support and all the ups and downs of this journey so far, and hopefully up only for many more years to come. Right. A minor update on how to use X. I try to interact with as many of you as possible. I can't background check everyone. My interactions are not an endorsement. Stay safe and keep building. And this is from 2019, where he was celebrating 300,000 followers. So shout out to
no way.
Say what you want about Binance and Richard Tang, man. CZ's still number one, right?
6 years ago, he had 300K. Holy shit.
Yeah, what a guy.
That's crazy. Yeah, shout out to CZ. I've always liked CZ.
Good dude.
He's interacted with me. He followed me. I put out a supportive tweet for him. I think it was when he went to prison or like right when he got out, and he followed me after that. And he commented. I DM'd him. I tried to get him on the podcast, but to no avail. We haven't checked out the meme coin space today. Let's go give a look at that real quick.
Yeah.
See how we're recovering. Someone said SPX is pumping. Pepe 3.2 billion, looking good. Trump 2.2 billion. Bonk on a tear. Bonk was at like 600 million.
Yeah.
We might have a fifth token in the $1 billion of market cap. Please. Floki looking good. Dog with hat not doing too much. Pudgy Penguins up to 430. SPX is right around where it was at yesterday, 405 million. Let's take a look here. Dex screener might be better for this, but SPX. For some reason, I'm still bullish on SPX. I'm still bullish on SPX. It's still at a $400 million market cap. There was a lot of FUD with it. Bread on base up to 323. We have Memecoin at 182 million, Sneck at 249. And what was the Wood token? That one's at 590 million. So Memecoin's still getting slaughtered. Giga really getting hit hard. I think this was at a fucking $800 million market cap. Yeah. So Memecoin's, Roddy, still slaughtered. Altcoins looking decent. Bitcoin looking strong. And I think we're in the right spot there, right? Am I wrong to be bullish? Although Bitcoin's dropping now after Donald Trump's speech. Apparently, people weren't bullish enough on it.
Yeah, a lot of people got liquidated betting on the markets to dump. So hopefully they close their trades out. Yeah, you know, obviously, maybe, like I said, we're going to see some stuff about him not showing up in person, but him doing a video call, which is like, come on, man. You know what I mean? He's not going to sit up there on a stage and shit and fly to somewhere to talk at a crypto conference right now.
He already won us over. You know, for the Bitcoin conference, he went on stage. He already won us over, and he said the right things. It's not like, you know, he said different things today, too. But I like the fact that he said, we're going to make America the capital, the Bitcoin, the crypto capital of the world. And
are we robot voice right now? I can't even hear. Is that me? Is it my connection?
No, I think it's my connection.
Okay.
Just went a little bit. Maybe your building. Can you see me?
He's frozen on N2. I think you're a robot voice. You were a Twitter robot voice for a second, you know, when you're in the live spaces. Yeah, Jake's frozen. I think you're good now. I think you're back now though.
Am I good?
Is my internet just better than yours and we live in the same building?
No, I was on the I don't know. There's not much to say about the internet, but remember when we always had like when the time change, which I think the time changed back, right? Didn't the time change back recently? Every day at 11:14 p.m. we would cut off.
No, because we went. What time did we used to stream?
11.
Oh,
but then the time changed, made it 10, and then now we're back at like time change. So I'm surprised that it's not cutting off. It's kind of funny.
That's why it's a little slow, probably. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Why do we have to live in a world where that's a thing? You know what I mean?
It was. I mean, dude, I remember I had the worst Wi-Fi issues. It took like a month to get it back going, but now we're good again. Just first world problems, Ronnie, that we're dealing with.
Hey, we need something to complain about. My Wi-Fi is good. I can't go on my balcony and do anything though. I need to get a Wi-Fi extender. Me too. I
think I need a Wi-Fi extender too. But question for you.
Yep.
When this bull runs over, and let's just say, God willing, everyone cashes out, right? Is it better, in your opinion, to buy a house? Let's say you have $1 million. You have $1 million of USDC and you're going to invest it, right? Is it better to buy a house for $1 million in an up and coming city like Tampa, or put $1 million into Bitcoin at the very bottom? Let's say it goes down to like 40,000. You buy 40 Bitcoin, or is it better to buy a house? What do you think? And I also want to take it to the chat too. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it depends on if you believe in crypto. I mean, I think it's the Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is like the answer, right? If it's a house, I mean, it depends on like are you buying it all? Are you going to mortgage it? Depends on like the market conditions, interest rates. It depends on like you want to like do you just want to own a property? And if you want to own the property, you can have somebody manage it, or you're going to manage it yourself. So it all depends. You know, I thought about like buying a house like maybe like a year ago. But then I also realized that I'm kind of like a little nomad in a little sense. I like just kind of like travel around and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to stay in one place, but after a while you realize you don't. I don't know. It depends on your goals and stuff and how much you believe in crypto. I think anybody in crypto space, I think that we would all spend it on Bitcoin for sure.
I think renting is like freedom in a sense, right? And I talked to Coach yesterday. He's like, one of his biggest thing is to buy a house. He's like, it's one of your basic needs, shelter. But I'm like, well, if you rent and you have cash for a year to pay for that, it's still shelter. But let's just do the quick math. How high do you think Bitcoin's going to go in the next 10 years?
Over $1 million.
So if it does go over $1 million, your $1 million house that you could have bought would be worth $40 million. So it makes sense to rent and to buy a house. And then in 10 years, 20 years, you can buy the whole apartment building. So I don't think we're buying houses. I think maybe just investing in Bitcoin is the way to go.
See, I think for us in this space, we would definitely like hell yeah, like a layup, no brainer. But the average person would be like, buy a house. I saw something where some guy was interviewing people on the street, like, hey, would you rather have one Bitcoin or tickets to Taylor Swift concert? The girl's like, tickets to Taylor Swift. She's like,
that's crazy.
Which, like, oh, hey, Bitcoin. She's like, I'd rather have something I can actually hold. I can actually physically hold. I'm like,
you can hold your Bitcoin. You can hold your phone. It's got a hardware wallet. You can get a Bitcoin tattoo and fucking hold that on your skin, baby. Yeah, right. Josh Johnson says renting is freedom, more return in crypto than home. I agree. Yeah, I think that's the way. Like just
because when things break, I mean, I've had my washing machine break and my dishwasher break already. I've been here for like 6 months. Like I'd have to pay for that. I don't want to pay for that.
Do you if you're in like let's say you buy like a condo, do you pay for it?
Yeah, it's yours. You have to pay for everything.
I bet they have maintenance at nice condos that like will come and fix it. They have to.
You have to pay for it.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, renting's the way to go.
Yeah, if you own your own space that you pay, because the thing is like they pay. The reason why they fix things because they need to have it ready to go for the tenant after you.
This is good. I know someone who sold his house and put it all in Bitcoin around 20K. Edgar says, buy a house and the rest into Bitcoin. I don't know if I would buy a house again, Josh. Do you own a house? Buy a home, rent it out, invest in crypto, pay off the home, buy a second home, and have the first home renters pay your new home. That's probably the way to go. And if Mike Farley's still on the stream, he'll say, don't buy a house, buy commercial real estate. That's what he's, because it's like just cash flow, right? You buy a giant property, you have a company come in, rent it, and they just pay your mortgage and you're making money that way. But I think we're just so used to these massive returns that we see in crypto, right? But yeah, that's something I was thinking about. I'm like, well, if you have $1 million to put into either Bitcoin or a house, like your house might go up in a couple of years, be worth like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million more, but crypto could be worth 4 times that, 10 times that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree.
Nice. Josh bought a house in San Diego. Good for him.
Steve
is here. What's up, Steve? How you doing, brother? Okay, cool. Don't buy a house. It fucking sucks. All right. That's all I need to hear. Jayhawks never steered me wrong.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass, property management company, pain in the ass. All right. So no buying a house is our crypto chat.
Yeah, if you have tenants, like what if they don't pay you?
They have to.
They don't have to pay you. I mean, some people like go through hard patches. Maybe you don't do a thorough enough background check. You get some tenants that suck, that can't pay you, and then you have to 3-month eviction, and then you have to try to get it back through collections. It's just
it's a headache. I think the answer is just buying Bitcoin, holding forever.
Yeah, there it is, baby. I mean, easy for us, right? Layup, right?
That's it. That million crypto can be $500, $500K tomorrow if bad news comes. But I think long term, like you can expect that, right? If you let's just say you put $1 million in Bitcoin, you can expect it to be worth $1 million when you put it in, then 2 or 3. Then maybe 700,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to fluctuate. And we'll end with this tweet. Smash Rico says the bull run starts now. Yes, it does. That's it, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another stream on. Is it Friday tomorrow? Yeah, it's Friday.
No, tomorrow's Thursday, dog. No. Oh no, tomorrow's Friday.
Am I fucked up or you fucked up?
Whoa, tomorrow's Friday already? What the frick?
Tomorrow is Friday. That's it, guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you all tomorrow, bright and early.
Peace to the Middle East, guys. Have a good one.